Welcome to Straight Outta Jersey. Today's podcast is brought to you by Ace Sunglasses. Go to acesunglasses.com.au to purchase some of the best shades around. Use promo code MRG30 and receive 30% off selected brands. That's Ace Sunglasses, the shades of true champions. And don't forget to subscribe to Straight Outta Jersey, hosted by Jersey Jay-Z. Powered by the Zapata brand studio. Straight Outta Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z and the Freak of New York, Greg Valentino.
What's up, guys? We are live. And again, we are sponsored by Ace Sunglasses. I got my pair. Greg got his. You get this nice case. Go to acesunglasses.com.au. Frank hooked us up. Use promo code Mr. G30. Get 30% off selected brands. Thank you again, Ace Sunglasses. They are the best. So, Greg, how you doing, my man?
Dude, I'm doing great. You already know that I would normally wear these sunglasses and I ran out to the car to get these because these I wear, these are my indoor bullshit. Mm-hmm. But these are the ones I use like when I drive because with the sun, these things are badass and stuff. I got to ask Frank if he has like those night vision, amber vision, because I have trouble at night. The glare kills me, especially if somebody has their brights and shit. I'm fucked, because I get that big spot in my eye and then
you can't see.
It's not in both eyes. It's in one eye, but it looks like it's both eyes. I'd have to drive one eye like freaking closed,
Okay, we're going to actually handle a little house cleaning before we start the show. And we're going to address Anthony D. We're going to talk about AJ. We're going to make sure he does. Morella, how you doing? Ruben, what's up, man? What else we got on here? Who else we got up there? We got
Winford. I see my boy Winford.
Yep. All right, guys. But first, we want to talk a little bit about, and I don't like to bring RX in it. I'm happy that they settled their issues with Larry and Jimmy and everyone. They're all cool guys. I respect them all. I'm glad they all worked out. I respect Dave. Me and Dave talked privately. I apologize to him. He apologized to me. However, I thought we were kind of dropping everything was fine and we're moving on. But then, one person on that show, and I'm not going to say his name because he doesn't give me the respect to say my name. He'll call me another name. So I'm going to call him another name myself. I'm going to call him the mailbox bandit right now. And, he throws these little jabs at me I don't know why. I'm trying to stay out of it. And I'm sitting there. But look, I'm going to Alabama to support Greg and Lucia because they're family and I want to support them. And I'm just going because of them. The bodybuilding show is just there and it's fine. But I'm going to see Greg, Lucia, Jimmy, and this person there is a meet and greet. I'm going to meet you and I'm going to greet you. However it goes, whether we break bread or anything else happens, whatever happens, happens. But, I try to respect everything you do on that show, but you just continuously throw jabs at me for no reason. I don't know why. I know you don't like me, but look, we're going to settle it one way or another. And that's my message to you. I'm not a bodybuilding guru and I'm not into bodybuilding. I'm into fitness and lifestyle in general. I do a lot of other things in the background. As a matter of fact, Greg,
I love this. Joe, you got to show this.
Yeah.
So you guys don't know is Joe's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
So you guys don't know. This is Karate International magazine. Okay. And I've been in, I don't know, maybe I got 1, 2, 3, maybe like 10 of them I've been in, 11. And you can see Arnold is on the inside of the page. You see Arnold?
Yes.
I see Arnold. Okay. And then if we go quickly to page 44 in the magazine, this guy over here with hair, that's my sensei above right here. That's my sensei Mike. That guy right there with hair, that's me. That's me. And that was because
Joe, show that picture a little bit better for 1 second, if you can. Where you can't see it. Slide it over more and more towards this way. That old man is Gene LaBelle. Do you guys know who Gene LaBelle is, right?
You guys know who Judo Gene LaBelle is? Okay.
Judo Gene LaBelle. Do you know who he is? That's the guy that fucking Steven Seagal. He choked Steven Seagal out. Gene LaBelle is respected by every single fucking MMA guy. There's not a guy. He is like Bruce Lee, like the white Bruce Lee. Trust me. Yes. Even Bruce Lee knew him very well. And he instructed Bruce Lee on a lot of shit. That's Gene LaBelle. Ask your friends from bow to Gene LaBelle. And by the way, tell him who your instructor was.
So also, I was instructed with Gene LaBelle. He was there as they were coming. Also, a guy named Hoyer Gracie. You guys might know who he is. He's the older brother to Royce Gracie. But Hoyer would come in and teach me. He lives in California right now, but he is another one. So, and I've been in a bunch of these magazines, and I'm practicing still. Not as great as I was, but it's the technique. And I'm not a bodybuilding guy, but this is what me and my brother's the boxing guy, and I was the MMA guy. And I was going to, because it got popular, it started in 93. And then I started going on like this. So, it's something I got into. And I'm like I said, Judo Gene LaBelle, he beat the shit out of me and he was an old man for about a half hour. And, it wasn't fun, but he showed me technique. And Greg, and some of the stories, so.
I know the stories. Joe is black belt. Joe's judo and jiu-jitsu.
And your daughter does Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
His brother has a boxing show that is sponsored by Ring Magazine. Okay,
Ringside, yes,
George Zapata Brand Podcast Media is George Zapata, his brother, who actually has Jim Lampy on there, and come on,
Teddy Atlas,
and all of these guys. As a matter of fact, Canelo wants to do some stuff with George.
Canelo might be coming on.
George is Joe's little big brother, if you know what I mean. George,
so me and my brothers are
George,
in
don't let
the
that go to your head, George.
Yeah. So we're in the game. We've been doing it for a long time. I'm not in the bodybuilding world, but this is the world we've been in. Right. So that's why I said. So I just wanted to bring it up, show you, because I don't like to show off that stuff. I don't like to show that stuff. I really don't. I'm to myself. You know that, Greg.
Yes, I know that. Joe,
but
Joe's a great guy, man, and he's very quiet. He's very generous with people. I mean,
yes.
He donated last week. He donated money to Victor Martinez, his daughter.
Yeah.
His son's got which we call autism and everything like that. The week before, he donated money to St. Jude's Hospital, and even used my sister's name.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, can I just say something? Speaking of my sister,
yes,
her family just got a notice that my sister just joined. This is no shit. Just joined the Democratic Party and has a voter card to vote Democrat. And my sister's been dead 2 years. So they're doing it. They're opening up a case on this because that's how, listen, that's how they won the last time. And that's, my friend Mitch, my friend Mitch, the one that owns the Ice House, when he went to vote last in 2020, he saw, they have a list of all the people that voted, and he saw his parents on that list. They've both been dead since the 90s. Okay, so I'm just telling you, my sister just joined the Democratic Party and got a voting card to vote for Democrat. So, and my sister's dead.
Wow. So we got William Allen.
Email about it.
William Allen, hello. Windward Attack, what's up, my man? How you been? Amanda's divorce attorney. Oh God, you guys are funny. You got something popped up in here. I don't know.
That's what we're here to talk about. Listen, guys.
Somebody come.
I'm still RX. And I still love those guys. Joe's my boy. But we're not going to talk about RX.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk. Don't ask any questions. Don't make sly little. We're not going to. Don't even bring it up, Joe. If you see anybody,
I see some comments, whatever. But I want to talk about Anthony DeAngelis. He's in the chat, and I want to bring up something with Anthony.
I know Anthony.
You know Anthony DeAngelis. You know him from Strong and Shaking.
Really good guy. Italian boy.
Yeah, very good guy. His son AJ, who just turned 15, is actually doing a competition in Newark this Saturday. I really wish I could be there, but I have another engagement I have to go to. So his son is competing. So it's going to be in Newark. And Anthony, tell us all the information, if you can, in the chat, where exactly it's going to be. I don't know if you did that already. I know you said it was, let's see where he said it in the chat. He said it was going to be, he's going for the record in New Jersey State for 14, 15, 181-pound class.
Right.
That's what he's going for. So, Anthony, we're going to be rooting for your son.
Yes, we are, Anthony.
Like I said, if he wins, we'll try to get him something. I still got to get him something. So we got to meet up, and hopefully he wins. Let me know. If you can, let me know. And then maybe we can actually have him jump on live with us and just talk to me and Greg on how he did. So I think that would be pretty cool, So, again, good luck. Newark RPS Powerlifting. That's what it is. That's great. So, Anthony, I talked to Greg. We're rooting for your son, AJ. So keep it up. Let me know how it goes. I wish I could be there, but I unfortunately can't.
Anthony's a good bodybuilder, bro. I met him through Bob Bonham in Strong and Shapely. He's a good man, a respectable guy, and a nice Italian boy. I love that, you know?
Yes, he's very good. So, Greg, you also had a story you wanted to talk to me about.
Oh, boy. Okay. I have a story, and, you know, I printed this in Muscular Development magazine a long time ago. I mean, you're talking, this happened a very, 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 very long time ago. And I just wrote up, the reason why I brought this up is because I forgot about it until my girlfriend started talking about it the other day. And then I remembered. And I wrote the story up. I was with Bob Bonham, and my cousin's in the music industry. I don't know if you guys know him. I have two cousins in the music industry. They're actually, my cousin's Tommy Mottola, and his other cousin's Tommy Valentino. It's my other cousin, is Tommy Valentino. Tommy Mottola is actually Tommy Valentino's, Tommy Valentino is actually Tommy Mottola's nephew. Okay, my cousin Tommy Valentino is the one who discovered Kid Rock. Okay, discovered him. Calls him Bob. He got great Kid Rock stories. He actually introduced Kid Rock, Bob, to what's her name? Barb Wire Day. What the hell's her name? Help me out there. The fucking, you know, geez, I see her fucking name.
Mariah Carey?
No. Mariah Carey was married to my cousin Tommy.
Yeah.
And my father and mother were at that wedding. What the hell's her name? Pamela Anderson. Okay. So Pamela Anderson, my cousin Tommy was talking to her, and Bob came over and asked him to introduce me. And they introduced him. My cousin Tommy told me literally within seconds they were making out.
Oh, Jesus.
But anyway, that's not the. So my cousin was having this big boo-ha party in New York City. And a lot of fucking big celebrities, music people mostly go to these like closed parties, you know? So Bob Bonham and I were invited by my cousin Tommy. So I said, all right, I'll go. I'll check it out, you know? So, but the problem is on this night, I was sick, really, really, really sick as a dog. I mean, I had a bad sore throat. I had a fever burning me up. And Bob Bonham was like, you know, because Bob's a crazy man, you know? And Bob's like, no, dude, I want to fucking hook up with some like fucking celebrity pussy or something. You know, like he was going crazy. So I said, Jesus Christ. I mean, I felt like shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, all right, come on, we'll go. So we go there, we get there, and there's like celebrities all over the place, you know, and I can't even function now. I'm fucked up. I don't even care at this point of the game. And I parked my ass on a couch, right? And I'm sitting there on the couch, and I mean, I'm just dripping sweat, and everybody's having fun and drinking. You know, I don't drink, so you know that already, you know. And Bob's like, dude, I'll buy you a soda. Come on, just do something. I'm like, nah, I don't even want a soda, bro. I'm like, I don't think I can swallow it. My throat's so sore and shit. So Bob's like, all right, I'm going to walk around. Mm-hmm. So Bob starts walking around. I'm just sitting there. And then this black girl comes over to me, okay, and starts talking to me. She's really, really cute, you know. Okay. At the time, it was, what's his name? Malik Rock, Chris Rock's wife. But I don't think they were married at the time. They were boyfriend and girlfriend. I didn't see him, but he was there somewhere, but I didn't see him. And she just, the only reason I tell you is because she just asked me, are you okay? You look like you're not having such a good time. And I was like, just, I'm dying, man. I'm dying over here. I got a bad cold, blah, 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 blah. And she asked me the same thing. Can we get you anything? I said, no. And then eventually she walks away. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. And Bob Bonham brings over this other chick to me, right? He's like, all buddies when he goes, look who this is. And it's this black chick, right? But she's ugly. Now, in the magazine, when I talked to Steve Blackman about this, Steve Blackman knows the story because Bob Bonham is the one who told Steve Blackman the story. Steve Blackman goes to me, well, try not to, don't use a name because we don't need to, could be a discrepancy. So we don't want to get sued or any of that shit or have her fucking, whatever. So just tell the story. So I said, I'm going to tell the story and I'll try to, by throwing people off, I'll try to say, she was fat. She wasn't fat though. Okay. Mm-hmm. She wasn't a fat black chick. She was skinny. On the contrary, she was very skinny. And she was super famous, but she's super ugly, really ugly. And, Bob's over there, like talking and we're talking and Bob leaves me alone with her and she's really fucked up. And as she's talking to me, I'm on a couch like this and there's like literally pools of sweat on me. Right. Mm-hmm. And, I told her I wasn't feeling good and all this other shit. And as she's talking to me, she's like this talking to me and she falls into my lap, like literally falls on top of me. It starts laughing, ha, 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 like this, right? Literally in my face, just okay. And I look at her and as soon as I look at her, she starts fucking tongue kissing me, right? Starts sticking her tongue way deep down my throat. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm sick. And I'm trying to push her away. And she just didn't give a shit. She was just tonguing the shit out of me, and all of a sudden, I fucking feel like, my fucking Bishali God gets hard, right? So, well, you know why? My tongue's connected to my dick. I got to be honest with you. My girlfriend starts kissing me. She knows we're going to have fun, because that's it. I'm like, holy shit. Anyway, this chick kissed me literally for about a half hour. We just making out, tongue kissing, the whole bit, sloppy spit. And when I wouldn't even look at her face because she's that ugly. All right. Real dark and real ugly. And she almost looks like a dude. I don't want to give it away too much because people could figure it out. And so after about 15 minutes of kissing her, I noticed like, holy shit. And this is why I bring this the whole key to this whole story is not to try to impress you that I kissed some ugly, famous girl. Was the key to the story is that I had no more cold. It was gone, Joe. No, I'm not trying to swear to God. And I've asked people before, and I even asked a doctor friend of mine, is it possible that this girl had something in her saliva that actually, I don't know, an enzyme or whatever, but I actually felt good, like normal. You know what I mean? I had no more sore throat, fever gone. I had cough and everything before that, gone. The heart, I felt normal, like I do right this moment. 100%, Joe. I could not fucking believe it. So just to make sure, I kept making out with her a little bit more. And then eventually, she had to go to the bathroom, and I skedaddled out of there. You know what I mean? And I was talking to Bob, and Bob's like, dude, you're disgusting making out with that. And I said, bro, I can't believe it, but I fucking feel I feel normal. I fucking feel normal. I don't feel like I'm fucked up. I feel normal. Bob's over there was like hanging out, trying to get score with Lindsay Lohan, who was a kid at the time. Anyway, but he didn't score with it, but I'm just saying he was trying. But the thing is, my night was saved because this fucking nasty beast, this disgusting human, God bless her though, you know what I'm saying? She fucking gets me to the point where I had no more sore throat, no, I went home, I was like, I fucking feel great. What the fuck was that? And Joe, I'll tell you, I was ready for death.
She licked all the germs and everything out of
I don't know what it is. She stuck her tongue down my throat too. And I had to bother to prove it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But my girlfriend will tell you, if my girlfriend just starts kissing me a little bit, I get a fucking woody. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's crazy. You gotta tell me off the air who the person is.
Yeah, I'll tell you who it is off the air. I can drop a major hint now, but these guys over here, I know my girlfriend's right here saying, my girlfriend's the guy, don't, because these guys will guess who it is. And no, it wasn't Oprah. Oh my God. This girl just you know what's funny? Whoever said Oprah,
Michelle Obama.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. I think Michelle Obama and Oprah are ugly, but I would kiss both of them way before I would ever kiss this thing again. That's how bad this one is. You would definitely not find this one to be hot. She wasn't fat. I said she was fat in muscular development because Steve said don't make it obvious, don't make it who it is. So I just said she was fat. She wasn't fat. She was on the contrary. She's really skinny. She's really skinny, really skinny. And Joe, there's a hint I can give, but there's. These guys would guess it. I don't want, this was a very long time ago. Put it this way, I believe she's in her 70s now because she was older than me. So, and this is a long time ago. She was in her 70s when I was in my 30s, young 30s when this happened. This was
my God.
Like 94 or something like that, 95. Because Malik, what the hell's her name? Fucking Rock was not married to Chris Rock yet. And they got married in like 96, I think. So this was before that. So that's how long ago this is. But this girl now is in her 70s. 70s. It's disgusting. And I looked her up before, and she still looks pretty much the same. She's really fucking.
Mm-hmm. I guess you were so sick, you must have been delirious and just.
I didn't want to kiss her. I was trying to push her off, but she was like fucking stronger than me at that moment. You know what I mean? I was like this, and she was like, but I don't want like that. And she just, she laughed, and her mouth is big like this, and she laughed. And then all of a sudden, this giant snake of a tongue going right down my throat.
Yeah.
She was lit, she was drunk. She stunk like alcohol. And, she might have even had a nose.
You don't drink, so you don't drink. So
no, I don't drink. No. I can, and plus, if you drink, I can smell that shit from a mile away. But let's just put it this way: she's really gross. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, I was thankful because she got her spit had some sort of fucking enzyme in it, and I'm on a quest to find out what that is because I've even asked doctors. They're like, yes, it can happen.
With the alcohol, probably she was drinking, killed whatever you had.
I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe
the
it was
vodka or whatever. The vodka or whatever alcohol could have killed it, right? Maybe.
I don't know. But not only did I get cured, but I had a nice boner from it too. I wasn't about to do anything with it. Not with her anyway. You know what I mean?
Yep. Independent Dreams, BVS. What's up?
What's up, guys?
Windward Attack. Hello. What's up, Windward? How you doing, buddy? I was going to mention a quick story too. Is so Morella's niece, Christina Ferriola, her and her boyfriend took a trip to London, and a very expensive trip. They were going to see a soccer game in London, and United Airlines sort of screwed them over because their thing got delayed, and so whatever happened, their flight got delayed. So now they were going to miss the game possibly, and they paid a lot of money to get to this game. So the United Airlines, they screwed up with their flight. Something got delayed. Then it got delayed a second time. So now, obviously her boyfriend, Jose, was upset because they were going to miss the game. And they paid a lot of money for these tickets to meet this player overseas. And I said, well, if we maybe could reach out to somebody who from United Airlines, maybe they can do something. But they did actually get a flight for them. And I think they just made the game like right when it started or something. But, these airlines, and you're going to have to fly soon, to that show. I mean, yeah. These things, I don't like flying, and I don't know how you are.
I hate it.
And
I don't know what I'm stressing worse, that flight or my fucking, getting a fucking organ pulled out of me there fucking on Tuesday.
Yeah. And Tuesday is your appointment for your.
Right. And you know what's fucked up? My appointment is on May 21st, which is Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I got to fly. Wait, is the show the 21st or am I flying out the 21st?
I think you got to, because I think the show is the 22nd, but you got to be there 21st, right?
I think we're flying the 20th. Oh, Lucia just said we're flying the 20th. Oh, but I know the 21st is the date of that I'm supposed to be there. Is the 21st to the 21st. That's like, fuck me, man. Because I'm not going to have a lot of time to get back. I'm going to hit the babanya, the testosterone. I'm on test replacement, now, but I might have fucking drive it up a little teeny bit, not much, because I don't want to get big or anything, but I need to recover.
Dan is saying 95% chance Greg is not going to the show. Prove me wrong.
No. I'm going.
I'm gonna go.
But how many people named a girl in this thing?
How many what?
The story I just told about a girl, the black.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that named. There are a bunch of girls.
How many people named a girl? How many girls were named in this, would you say?
There was about 6 or 7 of them.
6 or 7?
Yes.
One of these motherfuckers got it right. I'm not saying the difference. That's when you were telling a story, I'm sitting there going, like I almost didn't hear the first part of your story because I'm sitting here going, I'm not saying which one was right, but somebody got it right.
I think I know who it is too. So.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I'm feeling a little embarrassed because somebody got it right.
Well, don't worry about it.
I wish I could say it was Ariana Grande. Bro, do you see that new movie with Ariana Grande? The one that, dude, I would live in the bathroom a week just to smell one of her farts. There's no way Ariana Grande does one of them Dutch ovens like this and it stinks. I'm convinced if she farts, her husband's like, oh, I smell fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. Oh, what is those brownies I smell? That's such a nice smell, right? When girls cooking cookies and you walk in the house and you're like, that smells good. There's no way anything bad comes out of fucking, there's no way anything bad can come out of Ariana Grande's little puckered thing there. No way. Her breath never stinks. I'm convinced she's never had a booger in her nose. There's no way that her fart stinks. No way.
Well, who's she dating now? I don't know who she
I don't know. Unfortunately,
I thought she was with Pete Davidson.
Dude, she's married. She just got married to some disgusting guy. Go look him up. And she's like, I think she 31. I'll tell you right now. Hold on.
You like Selena Gomez?
I have her on speed dial. She's 30 and she's married to Dalton Gomez, whoever the frick that is. What a lucky bastard. Dude, she's so freaking cute. Oh my God. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who else I like? Amber Turd. First of all, any girl that shits on your pillow is my kind of girl. Okay? Amber Heard. But I like her. I like Amber Heard. Like when Johnny Depp first started dating her, he ruined her and she ruined him and she lost her looks. The girl I saw in the courtroom, I'm like, dude, what'd you do?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, holy shit.
That's pretty nasty, though. Taking a shit pillow?
Well, you know what? It depends on how you look at it. It could be kind of sexy.
Oh, my God.
Ask Lee Priest. He likes that.
Yeah, exactly.
He likes it. He was telling me about some girl he was banging and she shit on his pillow. I was like, wait.
Lee's in Russia right now.
I know. I told Lee, stop talking. I'm getting hard.
Yeah, now we got some couple good guests coming up. I think next week or the week after. They were supposed to come on today, but actually they told me they were flying, so they couldn't come on today. But they are going to come on because they got to talk to you. A couple of your friends from the old school days.
From the old school days. From the old school days. Should we say?
Called me up. I was actually shocked when I got the number. I was like, oh my God, this person's calling me. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to talk to Greg. So I was like, okay, cool. But he wanted me to. He didn't want the rambling freak. Right. He wants Greg Valentino,
not the rambling. He don't want me to get like sketchy on here because he doesn't like foul language and he doesn't like my crazy stories and stuff.
Yes. So he kind of said to me,
but he loved my mother's pasta and meatball. Spaghetti and sausage. I just love sausage.
Yes. He talked to me. I spoke to him on the phone. Very nice guy. And he said, all right, I'll come on. And
we know each other a very long time. He was here for 3 days, 1987.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So he definitely going to come on. We also got Chris Cormier's coming on also.
Chris Cormier's another one. Good man.
He's coming on too. I got some interviews with some Sopranos guys coming up on the channel, but also Federico, Sopranos, Furio, played Furio.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked to him, and he knows you because you're friends with.
Well, I grew up with him and his family. Like his family's one house away from me. Like they're my childhood friends. From when I was 4 years old. Steve Gamiello, Anthony Gamiello.
Gamiello, correct, right? And he's an artist.
And he knows my father was an artist, so their families are very close. Federico and my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
those guys that don't know who it is, we're talking about Furio from Sopranos.
Hey, Anthony D, what's going on? Yes, Anthony, we're having some good guests coming on. Some big ones are coming on. I got some Olympias are coming on, but also got Soprano guys coming on. I got some more wrestlers coming on, but there's going to be some big guys who want to talk to Greg. We had Victor Martinez on last week, which was a great interview. Actually,
Chris Cormier was watching the Victor Martinez. I know Chris, and he always talks to me, writes to me. But I mean, he loved the interview with Victor because he was like, I didn't know that you, Greg and Victor, were, we had that camaraderie from years ago. Like he liked our chemistry, right, Joe?
Yes.
From years ago, and we didn't even tell crazy stories. We kept that out of everything, me and Victor.
So, we got him. And Quick Pump says Lee Haney. Yes. So yes, I'll let you know it's Lee Haney. But actually, when I talked to him, he is a very good role model and ambassador.
Oh, he's a good guy.
And I actually talked to him about. I said, "Look, I will donate to the." He has a Lee Haney Boys and Girls Club that he does for children who can't afford, housing or whatever. And he does like some sort of Lee Haney Foundation. I said, "Look, I'd be happy to donate to your foundation just to help." And he was like, "Wow, that's very nice, thank you." And that's what I try to do because try to give back. That's what people should be doing. Go get Paul Dillette. Paul Dillette actually, I think, roommated with Lee for a little while, and I think I will be able to get him.
I might be able to get him too. Yeah, I know Paul. Paul knows me, and my partner Paul Lee used to train with him. His real name is Ray. I don't know if you know that. Ray.
I didn't know that.
I think it's Ray Paul Dillette, and he goes by the middle. Just like Giancarlo Stanton. Now he's Giancarlo, but he used to be Mike Stanton for how long, right?
Yes, Mike Stanton. Yeah. Quick Pump, what's going on? Thanks for support, Quick Pump. We always appreciate you coming on, everything. But yes, what he says, all the pros and picks up on the wall in that joint, and that's in a restaurant. That protein restaurant down in New York. I don't know.
Protein restaurant? Who is he talking about?
BX Bricklayer said that there's a restaurant that has all these pictures of pics on the wall and everything. Anthony D says, I remember had Victor had that radar at the factory. Greg knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, baby. I had that radar too. And I used it.
Yeah. Big nuts says Sean Ray.
No. It's Lee Haney. Lee Haney. That's why I said the pasta. Lee Haney was here at my house in 1987 for 3 days.
It's not Sean Ray. It's Lee Haney.
You know, the picture. Remember Lee Priest was at my house. He ate the Lee Haney pasta. He said, I'm sitting at the same seat Lee Haney sat at, which is right here, right next to where I'm sitting doing this. Lee Haney would sit there, and my mother would make him all kinds of Italian food. And he used to like the sausage. He used to say, sausage. I love sausage.
Yeah. You know? And, I spoke to Lee Haney in my office, and it's amazing how many guys you think Lee Haney, Mr. Olympia, one of the greatest of all time, calls me up in my office. I'm talking to him, and how much they all appreciate Greg. They're like, Greg, we love Greg,
Because I've been around these guys forever. What you people don't realize is I was a competitor for years, and I stopped and became a promoter because I didn't want to just keep bringing home trophies. And even Victor was saying last week, if you're not top 5 in the Olympia, what's the point of competing? You're not going to make no money. So the money's not what you guys think it is. You got to get sponsorships. You got to sell drugs. You got to do personal training, and all that shit's a pain in the ass. You know what I mean?
Marcos, what's up? Well, how you doing, Marcos? What's up, Joe?
Marcos, how you doing, brother? How you doing? Marcos, Jimmy is right now. He's sleeping. Jimmy goes to bed at like 8, and then wakes up at like 1 to hit the road.
Mm-hmm. And then the big nut says, "Oh, okay." Because my brother George says, "Hey, Greg and Fatso. Hey, Shovel Teeth. What's up, Shovel Teeth?" The Shovel Teeth man has joined us.
George, what are you doing, George?
George and the Shovel Teeth has joined us.
George is stuck in the honeymooners. Hey, get a lot of Fatso. Oh, go get Harvey. You remember that?
Harvey. Hey, Greg, remember when Victor said, "Yo, dude, stay away from that one. You don't want that."
And I said, "Oh, I want it more than you know." I probably did.
Independent Dreams says Dreams BVS says you got to sell drugs. Well, yeah, I guess you do. Some of those times.
I've done that.
But been there, done that, right?
Yeah, dude, there's not a bodybuilder on the planet who hasn't sold drugs. Even if you go and you talk to one of your boys and you go get testosterone, let's say, and one of your friends says, "Bro, get me a bottle too." So you know what they always do? Guys tack on a little bit of money onto that so that pays for their bottle.
Yes.
Or even if they don't tack on money, if you get money from your boy and you buy a bottle for you and a bottle for your boy and you give your boy that bottle, you just sold drugs. You understand? Maybe not to the level I did, but
yeah,
it's all good,
Do you realize how many people that, big muscular guys, how they have compared to let's say a fat guy, the muscular guy is going to probably die because the blood can't get through all of that stuff.
Well, I've given that whole scenario before.
Yes, you have.
What you guys don't understand is this is what's bad about bodybuilding. This is why guys like myself, even Victor's toning himself down, and all the big guys tone themselves down for this reason. If I cloned one of you Momos, okay, and I said, here's Momo 1, and he's 300 pounds of ripped, shredded, fucking, what's his name? Big Rammy type muscle, big shredded ripped muscle. Momo number 2 is the same, and now it's a clone, okay? Now he's got the same structure as Big Ram, but he's fat. He's pure fat. He's a blubber. He never worked out a day in his life, but he's fat. He's got 300 pounds of fat. So one's 300 pounds of ripped muscle, the other's 300 pounds of fat. The one who's 300 pounds of fat would probably outlive the one who's 300 pounds of muscle. Yep. And you say, come on, get out of here. Well, very simple. As we get older, the heart works harder, okay? And anybody, even if you're thin, the heart, becomes an older heart, and it starts working, it works a lot to pump blood. There's huge amount of blood in muscle. The more muscle you have, the harder it is on your heart to supply that amount of muscle blood. Fat has very little blood flow. That's why guys can get fat suction done, or they can cut like chunks of fucking fat off somebody and you don't die because it's not full of blood. There's not very little blood flow in fat. The problem with fat is it can get in your arteries or get around your organs, but the human being is evolved to deal with that. You've seen old people who are fat. You don't see old jack guys and don't say, "Oh yes, I have. There's one in my gym." No, you haven't. Not some guy with 21-inch arms ripped to shreds and jacked. You may have some older guy that's even 70 and he's got like 15 to 16-inch arms and they're muscular and all that stuff, but he's not jacked. He's not like 250, 300 pounds, like, I'll rip out your neck and shit down the hole. You can't stay that way. That's why name me a bodybuilder who's retired, no longer competes. I'm done with the sport, that still looks the same as he did when he competed. Name me one. You guys can write it down. Not one. And there's a reason for that. Because if you want to live a longer life, you have to overcome and adapt. All right, you're not 21 years old anymore. You're not 30 years old. You start hitting 40, things start happening. You sneeze, you blow out your lower back. You know what I'm saying? You pick your nose, your fucking wrist starts hurting. Anything happens, okay? But when you're 20 and 30 and shit like that, it doesn't affect you. But there's no way you're going to be my age, 64 years. I could very easily. I'm a hyper responder, bro. I can start hitting the babanya, and within weeks, I could put on like 70 pounds. I mean, I was 278 pounds. Right now, I just weighed myself the other day. I'm like 179. That's it. That's it. When I got sick with the couple weeks ago in February, when I got sick with the thing that went down my stone, that I was 190 to 195. So I still haven't gotten back to that point. I got a lot of muscle back because with no fat, you know what I mean? But I am not back to where I was. I don't think I can get back up that heavy unless they can allow a little fat to me on me. But I don't want the little fat anymore. I'd rather stay smaller because as you get older, that matters. I hope that helps.
Hi, Natalia. Natalia's in there. She's saying hello.
Hey, Natalia, how you doing, hon? But you name me. You guys cannot name me one bodybuilder who's retired that still looks the same. Look at Arnold. Arnold talks a lot of shit, and I know Arnold personally, okay? And he's actually a fun guy to be around. He's actually good to his friends. I'm not going to lie. But the best thing I ever heard him say was in that Netflix when he was looking at himself and he said, I can't believe, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger and I look and I'm supposed to be this guy, like the greatest bodybuilder and the guy that everybody wants to be built like and all this shit. And he goes, and I look in the mirror now and I got tits. And he goes, I say to myself, where the fuck did tits come from? Where's all that muscle? You know what I mean? And I love when he says that because there's not a bodybuilder who was once super jacked. Look at Raleigh Winkler and people like that. Oh, I love Raleigh Winkler. He's a great guy.
Rick Simon sent a $5 super chat. He says, hi, Greg. I've been following you for the last 15 years. It's me, Rick Simon.
Rick Simon. Thank you, my brother. How you doing?
I tell people that, hey, Greg Valentino is a good friend of mine.
Thank you, Rick. God bless you.
Yes. So he said,
he's a good man, Rick Simon. Thank you.
Great. Natalia says, Joe, I think you look great just the way you are. Thank you, Natalia.
Yeah, I don't know. All that shit, we're not even going to get into, but all this shit's not. His brother's ribbing him because he knows, like, that's what brothers do. You know what I mean?
Later on, brothers do.
Later on, like, if his brother was here, Joe and him would be rolling around in the grass outside.
Exactly. That's what brothers do. We do that.
Remember, Joe's the big brother, goddammit. And, but no, and all joking aside, Joe and his brother are close. They play around.
Yes. Joe will kick your negative thoughts down your throat even before he speaks. Show respect. Yes, I thank you, Winward. I try to respect everybody. And I try to respect all those guys on RX, and I'm glad they worked it out. But then there's one guy, we'll call him the mailbox bandit, who just opened his mouth just to start something, I guess, with me. And I'll address that with him in Alabama. So we'll see how that goes.
Right. But what was this?
And George says, no, Joe rolls around the grass with other men. That's my brother saying that.
Joe will do anything for a bagel, George.
Yes, anything for a bagel.
Which is your favorite bagel that George makes? If you were,
I like cinnamon raisin bagels. George makes good cinnamon raisin. I did like the chocolate chip bagels, but
your cinnamon raisin is the one you like.
I'm a raisin type of guy.
So you know what's funny? I'm a plain bagel guy. I just like the plain bagels. I don't know why. I'm all that raisin stuff, and I'm not really into that. But my girlfriend likes that, the cinnamon raisin. She likes anything sweet, not me. I'd rather have just a good plain bagel. And George makes some great plain bagels. But what about muffins and all that shit? If you could eat one thing in George's place right now, if you were in that place and George was stepped out and you wanted to sneak something, what would you sneak?
Out of what? George's bagel store?
Yeah, one thing.
I don't know. I always loved his tuna salad. So that's what I would
take. That's a good one. I think, did I eat the tuna salad or did I eat the roast beef?
No, you had the roast beef there. You like the roast beef. But George didn't have it too bloody the way you like it.
Yeah, I do. Dude, Lee Priest, when he was at the house.
Oh, my God. You had to recook it for him.
I had it. Lee Priest was at the house here, And I actually had to go at my stove, turn on my stove, and cook the roast beef. I had to take his sandwich apart. I bought him a big wedge. You had one too, right, Joe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
You ate it like that. I don't remember you asking for a cook.
No, I ate it. I was
right.
fine.
So I like it. I like it rare too. You know, like you know, it fucking Lee made me take all the meat off, throw it in a fucking friggin' frying pan, and fry the meat and make it more well done. And I'm like, dude, how do you eat that like that? You know, like I don't know. You know, but he was like, it was too bloody. And then I can't remember going to go into the descriptions here, this shit that he was saying because we had to cut it out. It was he's crazy though. He's funny. He had us laughing our ass off with that, but he made me fry that roast beef because he didn't like it rare.
Yep. Kevin Gosh said, Greg, have you ever met superstar Billy Graham? I have.
Yes, I actually saw him in the gym.
Oh, wow.
When I was in Gold's Gym in 1981, he was up front. Now, I didn't go up to him and talk to him, but he was there in the gym while I was in the gym. He was training and he was bullshitting a lot, you know. But he was there. He was a big guy. I was shocked because he's tall too. I didn't, you know, he wasn't some. He's a big man, and this is 1981, so it was a long time ago.
Yes.
You know,
I met superstar Billy Graham. He was at an autograph signing in, I think it was 2000, and he was saying hello and everything. We got a super chat from Rick Simon. He says, Greg, Valentino, and Joe Zapata are great guys, good guys. Lee Priest, Jimmy the Bull, Mr. Lee are also good guys. Thank you, Rick. We appreciate that.
And on the behalf of Lee, Jimmy, and Mr. G, thank you again.
Yes, thank you so much, Rick.
Thank you, Rick. Yeah, if you knew those guys personally, they're great guys. We all get along really, really well.
And that's the reason why I'm going to Alabama, because to see Lee and Jimmy, and of course Greg is one of my dearest friends, and his girl, just to hang out together. I mean, I really could care less about the bodybuilding show. It's just a plus, you know. But you know, and then I could just have a conversation with the other guys.
Even Lee feels that way. Lee's, you know how Lee is. He don't care. He's just funny like that. He don't care. Jimmy don't care. You know. Get
Jason Genova on. I like Jason Genova.
I think
get Jason Genova on. I like Jason
family. Joe, I think his family's doesn't let him do any stuff anymore because people were making it. You know, he's a train wreck. Do you ever see that? He reminds me. You know that fat tranny? It's a guy that's got this really big gut. He's on whatever that TV that show on here, whatever, and it's like really disgusting. Okay, and he's like, I am a 10. I'm beautiful. You know, like that one.
Yes.
That's a train wreck. Okay. Nobody thinks that's good, but they don't have 1 million followers. Okay. And that's the reason why is some people have followers, not because they have some sort of, you know, redeeming quality or entertainment quality or it's some sort of talent. It's just that they're a train wreck. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that guy, Nikado Avocado, that sits and eats that mukbang. He was like 120 pounds a stick. And now he's 400 and like something pounds, and he can't even walk anymore. He has to go around on one of them like jazzy things, you know?
Yeah. Natalia says, will Jimmy really go to Alabama? Natalia, he's got the
fight. Oh, yeah, he'll go. He's got I've been away with Jimmy. Jimmy and I gone away together many a time. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's going. And
Aaron Fizz Adventure says, where's Scuderi? I don't know. What do you say? Then Quick Pump said, yeah, Blackman would be great. Blackman would be great. He did so much for this industry. Blackman, I guess Steve Blackman.
Blackman, yes. He's good. Steve Blackman's great. Dude, I love the guy. You heard even Victor last week. Me and Victor both. What he's done for me, there's when, you know, other people that have beef with him, there's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? Not me, you know, we'll leave it that. It's not necessarily Steve's fault. Let me just tell you that Steve's a good man and gives everybody.
He says we need to take bets. I guess bets on Jimmy going.
No, Jimmy's going to go. He's going to go. Jimmy's going to go.
Yeah. When we're in Texas, I want to see Joe and Jimmy in a pic, giving a bro hug with this visit. Okay, we'll get it. Whatever happens, I'm going to record some stuff too.
Yeah, Joe and Jimmy are friends. Yeah, Joe and Jimmy are friends. You guys understand when Jimmy was over the house here, when you saw Jimmy in my house here, and you saw Lee Priest was here in my house, Joe was here.
Yeah, I was there.
Joe was the one taking the videos, and Joe even got in some of the videos. You can see Joe's in the videos.
I'm in a couple of videos. I'm sure back, but I'm there filming them. Yes.
That's why I said, you know, he just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I'm going to take video of
Hey, John Scuderi's here. I could have said John, what's going on, man? Ghost Adventures
with
I love that shit, bro. I used to watch that shit Taps all the time until I find out. Then they have stuff where they find out like yo, you see the one where the guy's shirt goes up like that? It was really, they had a wire in it. And I'm like, oh, why'd you tell me that? Because I started believing that. And then after I start watching that stuff, John Scuderi, after I start watching that stuff, I start getting all creeped out. Like I'm in the room, and I'm like, why'd that fucking pillow? That pillow was over there before. How'd it get? You start getting all sketched out.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I want to go ghost hunting. I would love that, man.
Yeah, you like all the ghost stories.
Yeah, I'm into all that shit. I like haunted shit. I want to go to a haunted house.
What's going on, John? How you
the only thing is, I'm just afraid that shit would follow me home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yes, Quick Pump says Joe was there. I remember. Yes, I was there filming. I was filming with Lee and you.
Yeah, Joe was here. He was the one doing all the filming and stuff.
He
hung out. He ate the wedge. The Lee Priest made me freaking cook that friggin' wedge because roast beef was so. And by the way, a lot of you guys are non-Italians and you don't live in the New York tri-state area. People are like, what's a wedge? Well, that's how we feel when we hear a grinder or a hoagie. It's the same thing. We call it wedges here. Nobody says, I'm going to go get a grinder or a hoagie. We say we're getting a wedge, man. We're sub. Subs are a little bit, we say wedge. I want a meatball wedge, right, Joe?
Yes.
Meatball parm.
Wedge. Yeah,
John Gary knows, right, John? You get nothing like a good meatball parm wedge, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now, he says John says my girl loves the ghost shit. Now, Greg, you've seen that?
Oh, I love ghost shit. Ghosts are my thing.
Ghost? Have you ever seen a ghost?
No, but I do have that ghost story. I tell you, right?
Yes, I do have a ghost story. You told me with Jalissa, right?
Yes, I do have a ghost story. But I did my friends all have ghost stories that involve me in a round way.
Yes.
But I personally haven't seen a ghost standing in front of me like that. Now, if you want me to tell a ghost story, I can tell it really fast. I don't know if I already told these guys again. Valentino, you told that story a million times. You know what I mean? So,
I could tell you a quick story though. My grandmother, when she
let me hear your story.
My grandmother, when she passed away, she had a wind-up box that that you wind up with jewelry and it plays like music. You ever see those little boxes you wind up?
Yeah, jewelry box. Yeah, the wind up. By the way, yes, I know what a grinder is. Yes, it's a wedge. But go ahead.
So after after she passed away, I wound it up and it wasn't making any noise. So I said, okay, we got to throw it out. So we put it in the throw out pile because we were cleaning out her room, obviously. So I put it in the throw out pile, and in the middle of the night, around it goes off, and I get up and I look at the clock, and it's the exact time she passed away.
Wow.
So I mean, coincidence? I don't know, but it was exactly.
I had that because when my girlfriend Jalissa passed away, I was sleeping on my ex-wife's couch because my son was a baseball player, right? And he was pitching the next day, right? So I drove back up to, from New York City. I drove up to, where my ex-wife lives in Westchester.
Mm-hmm.
And, she let me stay over, but I can only sleep on the couch, So I slept on the couch, and at 2:00 in the morning, I woke up. And something woke me up, and I was thinking about Jalissa. I was like, I wonder what she's doing, And I sat up, and I remember looking at the clock, and then I just fell asleep. And when they told me she died that night at 2:00 in the morning, around that time, so I always wonder if that was her waking me up or whatever.
Wow, that's really crazy,
Let me tell you my ghost story really fast. John Scuderi, a few goes. Well, that's one. Yeah, John. Let me tell you, ghosts make me shit my pants, but I want to see them in some way. Listen, really fast. Fast story. I'm with my girlfriend's ex-friend, right? A friend who passed. My girlfriend passed away. So I'm sitting in a car. My girlfriend's only been dead about 6 months. I'm sitting in a car, and in a truck in a Yukon. I just done a big drug deal, so I had this big Yukon, and I'm sitting, and I'm in New York City, and I'm right off of Martin Luther King Boulevard and 128th Street. So if any of you people know, that's a rough neighborhood. Okay?
That's not a neighborhood, no.
Okay, so I'm sitting there. It's like on a hill. It's a side. I'm sitting on a side street because we had just ate shish kebab and shit. And I'm just sitting there and I'm talking to her. So I'm sitting sideways like this in my driver's seat, like this, and she's sitting sideways in the passenger seat like this. Now remember, we're in a truck and a Yukon. All of a sudden we see this guy coming up, and he looked like fucking Tito Ortiz when Tito Ortiz had that blonde Caesar cut. Remember?
Yep.
He had that blonde Caesar cut like this. And he was drinking a bottle of Nehi soda, or it looked like Nehi, because he had it in a paper bag, and it was sticking up like this, and I see the word Nehi. And he's drinking it, and he's looking at us like this, and he just passes the car, right? So we're looking at him like, look at this fucking guy. It's like 2-3 in the morning now, all dark, and so he passes us, and then literally about 2-3 minutes later, remember, I'm sitting like this and I'm looking sideways to the passenger seat. And she's got her back to the window looking at me, talking to me like this. And all of a sudden I see this face like this, looking in the window, her window. And I guess, I went back like this. So her name was Nicole. So Nicole saw I was startled. She turned and like this one, ah! And she screamed that loud. Now, Yukon's got mirrors that stick out, right? The guy sticking his face in there, panicked like this, and boom, hit my mirror, and then rolled literally almost over the hood of my car and started banging on the hood of my car like this, which pissed me off, right? So, and he starts to walk away. And as he's walking away, I go, this motherfucker. And back then I was juiced out of my mind. You know what I mean? I was crazy. And I went to open the car door because I was going to get out and fuck him. And as a warm summer night, the window was open. And I'm like, motherfucker. And I'm trying to get to the car door. And here's the handle, right? Say this is the car handle, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I was trying to grab it. And for some reason, I can't grab the handle, right? And I'm trying like this. And now I'm wrestling to just grab the handle to come out. And in my head, I hear, don't get out of the car. Just don't get out of the car. It wasn't my girlfriend's voice. It was kind of my own voice, like my own inner hearing. And I'm like this, and I'm trying to open the door, and I can't open I can't grab the handle. Something's stopping me from grabbing the handle. Next thing I know, this motherfucker turns. I look at the window, and he turns and he looks at me. And he starts coming at me like this with this big fucking cannon, right? And he comes, and he's walking right to me, and he walks right up to the window, and he puts it right to my fucking head like this. And he goes to me, go ahead, open the door. He goes, I'll step back. I'll let you open the door. Watch what happens to you. Watch what happens to you once that door opens. I promise you, before you get your foot on the ground, you'll be fucking dead. And he's got the gun like this right at my fucking head, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, holy shit. Okay. I'm like, okay, dude, you win like this, right? So he goes, all right. Yeah, you know what, not to fuck with me, whatever. He said some shit like that. And he starts walking away. He walks about 10 feet. He turns around with the gun again and he smiles. He got this fucking grill and he just looks at me and he points, letting me know. Now he puts the gun back in his fucking thing and just walks away on his merry way. And I'm watching him walk. And I turn like this, and I said to Nicole, holy shit, man, that was fucked up. And she's like this. And I said, you okay? I said, I thought he was going to shoot me. And she goes, I don't know anything about that. And I said, what are you talking about? And she goes, what the fuck was that holding your arm? And I go, what are you talking about? What do you mean holding my arm? And she goes, I saw when you were trying to open a door, and she said, I saw it look like a woman's hand on your wrist. Like this, stopping you from opening that door. And I said, what do you mean a woman's hand? She goes, you were trying to reach for that door handle, right? And I saw a woman's, just her hand. I said, did you see a wrist? Did you see a woman? What did you see? No, just a woman's hand stopping your hand. And she was not even concerned as this guy just put a fucking gun in my head and was ready to fucking kill me. She was more like, she was still like this because she saw it. She goes, there was a woman holding your arm back, Greg. Who the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Now, could it have been my mother? Could it have been Jalissa? Or could she have been hallucinating? I don't know. I didn't see no hand. Mm-hmm. All I know is if you said to me, Greg, hand me this thing. I can say, here it is right here. Okay, it's that easy. But now if you say it again, and then I'm going, wait, Joe, I'm trying to, why can't I, what the fuck, man? It was like that.
Wow.
And something was holding my hand back. So I don't know. Do I know if that was a fucking ghost? I don't know. I can't say for sure. But all I know is that was, what it was. And it could have been my mother, could have been Jules, or it could have just been hallucination from her. But I definitely could not open the door. I could not touch the door handle. Something was stopping. And I did hear my own voice, not somebody else's, my own voice in my head, like, fuck it, don't even bother opening the door. Don't do it. But I was fucking hot-headed, and I was like, fuck this, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. So there.
Should have started up the car when he was walking away and then gun it, hit him.
Yeah, but you never know. He could have turned around and shot. Plus, I was like, shh. I was like out of my sorts. I didn't think this guy had no gun. He pulled out. It wasn't a little gun either, Joe. This thing was it was silver. It was a big silver. It wasn't something like little black little fucking thing that he got in somewhere, It was a giant cannon, like fucking big silver gun. I'm not really good with guns. All I know is a big silver gun. He aimed that. and came right. He walked to me like this, very like this, like, go ahead, and put it right to my fucking head. And I knew he meant it too, you know.
Wow, Jesus.
That's the only, like, you know, there's another one, but it's useless for me to tell you because it didn't involve me, but it involved my girlfriend Jalissa with my friend, you know. It was another crazy story.
That was at the club when your friend waved over. And then
see, now you're gonna make me tell it really fast. One, two, three.
Generation Iron.
My other friend Mitch was at this, you know, at this bar hotel. You know, I think it was a Holiday Inn that had a bar in it. And he was at the hotel, and it was packed. You couldn't even fit people in. They were stopping people at the door. There was too many people in there. And, you know, he's sitting at the bar, and next to him, and there's people, you know, when you're at the bar and you're sitting there and there's people pushing you to trying to reach over you to get a drink and get, excuse me, bartender, you know, that kind of shit. And you're like, dude, you know, and there's people like right here next to you. So he turned and he looked and he saw this hot chick. And, you know, they started kicking it to each other. And he's buying her drinks and she's buying drinks and they're drinking and everything. And all of a sudden, as he's kissing her, he looks and he sees in the back, there's a pool table and, you know, bathroom and everything, right? And he sees what he swore. Now, I don't know if this is true. He swore it was my girlfriend, Jalissa, who was dead already. And it could have been another girl just like her, whatever. But he said he saw her going to him like this, pointing like this. And he's going like, what? Like, what the fuck you calling me? Who is that? What are you? You know, like, you can't be Jalissa. She's dead, you know? But he said it was her. And she's going like this now, like this, right? And he said to the girl, hold on a second. I got to go to the bathroom, you know, for a second. So as soon as he gets up like this, starts walking to the back, and she's going like this to him. A guy sits down next to the girl like this, and he turns and starts talking. Hello, how are you? You know, like that. And all of a sudden you hear pop, 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 like this, right? Everybody drops to the ground. A guy shooting a gun. All these guys jump on top of this guy. And it was some guy with a gun. It was that girl's husband came in the bar, saw her talking to that guy, shot her, and killed the guy talking to her.
Wow.
And now my friend got on the ground when he got up. Jalissa was not there. And there's no way she could have got by him because there's no exit door. That's the back of the bar. And he said he looked in bathrooms, everything. She was not there. And he said he thought that she saved his life by telling him, come to me. Because if he would have waited 5 seconds or more, you know what I mean, that he would have been the guy sitting in that chair and he would have been killed. Now, he called me and told me this, all right?
So.
Do I know I wasn't there? I know he wasn't lying because he's not the kind of guy that's going to make up a bullshit story. But do I know if that was Jalissa? Was it just some girl that looked like him? Maybe it was another girl motioning to another guy and he thought it was him. You know, he said it was him because she kept going like this, pointing him and telling him. And as he was walking, she's going like this, like, come on, like that. Yeah. So I don't know. But all I know is those are my only two ghost stories.
Rick Simon gave $5 super chat, and he said, Greg, later that night we found that guy and saw him fall in a wood chipper feet first. Some woman home ghost was holding his pecker. Very funny, Rick.
Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that.
Natalia wants to know, Greg, do you cook? What about Joe?
Oh, yeah, I'm a good cook. Yeah, my girlfriend.
Very good cook. Very good cook. What is your favorite dish to cook?
Oh, wow.
Well, you always have chicken.
I'm not one of those guys. Listen, let me just explain something to you. I'm a really good cook, like above average. But I'm not one of those guys. Oh, my God, I like to cook. You know, and I'm not like that at all. On the contrary, I like to eat. But I like to eat things done the way I like them done. So that's why my girlfriend would be like, oh, hey, cook's good. I mean, I can cook anything. My girlfriend likes when I make like fried rice, but I make it better than a Chinese restaurant. Everybody that's go and eat my fried rice will say, dude, this is better than a Chinese restaurant. And I'll make it like you won't believe. But that's not the way I cook everything from Italian to meatballs, you know, like all that shit. I make everything from scratch. But I'm like that. I don't do I do a million things. I can make Spanish food, and I don't eat Spanish food. I don't like anything spicy. I'm a bleach guinea. I don't like garlic or onions. I'll cook with it if that's what you like, but I don't like that. You know what I mean? And I'm a good cook because I learned to cook for myself. You know, that's where you know.
William Allen says, have you guys ever went to high school reunion or anniversaries? His 30th year anniversary is coming up, and I never went to any of them. Well, maybe you should go, William. Go
have fun. I missed one. I missed was it the 20th or 30th? I missed. I've been out of high school 50. You know what I mean? So it's been a long time.
Yeah.
You know
Winward Attack said he saw a pic of Jalissa years ago, and she was beautiful.
yeah, Jalissa was really good. She almost looked like that singer Maya. You know what I'm saying? She had thick curly black hair like that.
Yeah, but his girlfriend now is even more beautiful, I think.
Yeah, Lucia, you if you guys come to Joe, last time you came over to the house, she looked busted, but
Why do you say that? No, she did not.
She knows she's listening to this.
Mm-hmm.
She's cute. My girlfriend's a cutie.
He said, Whitmore said, but according to Greg, Jalissa's beauty was even more in her heart and how she treated everybody with respect and love.
Yes. I'm telling you, you have no idea. You know why? Because she had a bad life. You know what I'm saying? She was homeless. She was in and out of jail. She hung out with bad people, before she met me. She was homeless and everything. She was in prison, like in real prison, like 9 times, you know what I'm saying? And so when we would go places, and she was a bad heroin addict, and she would always tell me stories like, she would have to give blowjobs to these fucking like guys just to get heroin, you know what I mean? And she remembers she was fiending for heroin, and it was a snowstorm in Jersey, and she walked, and she lived in like the Newark area. So she walked, which is a shithole, and she walked with a fucking blanket wrapped around her in a snowstorm. And then when she got there, it's like we're all these drug addicts, all like in an old house, abandoned house, or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And she got in there, and she went up to the drug dealer, and she gave him money. Said not good enough, so she used to have to give him blowjobs and stuff. She would she would tell you, and then she would get her fix, and she'd wake up like 2 days later. It was really fucked up. So she had it bad. So whenever we would go somewhere, like restaurants and shit like that, because when I was with her, I had a lot of shit at home.
Miss Bell 1388 is on. Hey, Miss Bell, how you doing? She says,
what's up, boys? Miss Bell, what's going on?
Miss Bell, I actually put in a donation into your name when you donated the one night in the show. It was to Greg's sister who passed away from cancer and everything. So I want to thank you, Miss Bell, for donating one time, because I put in some donations to the Cancer Foundation.
Right.
Thank you.
What was it? St. Jude's?
Yeah, it was St. Jude's Children.
Jude's, yes.
But I put it underneath your sister's name, like I said. Yes. So, but part of that donation came from Miss Bell, so I just want to thank her.
Yes, I remember that. Thank you, Miss Bell.
Yes, you're a good person, Miss Bell.
But anyway, we would go to restaurants, and Jalissa would take her food, and she would sometimes, if she saw somebody passing by, because we were in New York City, we used to eat down there all the time, so she'd run out and she'd give them her food and stuff. She used to do that all the time. And I remember like one time she gave money. She used to give money sometimes, and I would be like, why are you giving them money? I said, they're only going to spend it on drugs. Give them food. I understand, but not money. And she said to me, well, I know what it's like. She said, I know what it's like. And if I could give them one, moment, if they're going to overdose, they're going to overdose. She goes, but if I know what it's like to be in that position, I had to give blowjobs just to get stuff. So if I can give somebody a moment of pleasure, fuck it, whatever they use the money for, let them have it. That's what she thought. I mean, didn't really necessarily agree with that, because it's different if you help them get food, but that was her thing. She identified with those people. Like when she was in jail, she was in, the last time she was telling me, like, the COs would throw her on the ground, and they would shoot her with a hose because she'd be laying in her own vomit and diarrhea because she was kicking heroin. And they don't give a shit about you. I've been in jail, bro. And when you go into jail, when you're in intake is where when you first get in and everything, and you're sitting in the bullpen in jail, bro, these freaking guys and girls were throwing up. Like you would see puke they'd be like, bah! And vomiting and shit. And it was bad because they were kicking drugs. They don't do a damn, they don't give two shits. They treat
I got a quick story too. Is so when I go to the gym, and everything.
More.
Yep. Miss Bell. Oh my God, Miss Bell just gave $100. If you had known, I would have given more. Miss Bell, you didn't have to do that. I really.
Oh my God.
That. Miss Bell, Jesus.
Mary and Joseph.
Jesus.
Do that.
Well, money is going to go to another donation in Greg's sister's name. I appreciate that, Miss Bell. You didn't have to do that.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
I think I just shit my pants.
Yeah, that's $100 donation. Thank you, Miss Bell.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. I'll show you the receipt when we donate it. But thank you again, Miss Bell. And Rick Simon, that's $5. Hey, Lucia, we love you. Greg, Lucia, love her. And thank God, help her and make everyone happy.
Thank you, Rick. And Miss Bell, thank you both.
Miss Bell, that's very generous, Miss Bell. We really appreciate you. Actually, I'm doing a video to thank all my subscribers for getting 1,000. So, Miss Bell, you're going to definitely be on that list with me and Greg. So Yeah, that was really nice of you.
I feel funny. I don't like to, you know me. You know I am about that.
But thank you again,
I
Miss
don't like to take money from people. I hate to see you guys spend your money.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And a quick story, Greg. As I was saying, I go to the gym. When I go to the gym every day and we're trying to work out and everything, there's a guy, and I guess he's homeless or whatever. And he stands outside the gym, and he sees me because I park right up front. So I park up front, and when I park it there, he knows I always give him like $1 or $2. And so I say, "Here, watch my car." So he watches my Cadillac, and then he'll sit there. And every time I give it to him, like Morello will be like, "Oh, he's gonna just disappear." And sure enough, the time I come out, he's gone. Like he's probably running to go buy whatever he buys. I don't know. But every time I see him, he's like, "Oh, I'll watch your car again, Mr. Joe," or whatever. And I said, "Here you go, watch my car." When I come back out, he's gone. But you know what? It's a little something, at least for him, that I'm like, hey, whatever, just go. But he's always there when I pull up. He's sitting there waiting for me at the spot, waiting for me to come.
That's nice, though. That's nice of you to do that. I do the same. I do shit like that all the time. Lucy, I'll tell you. I was in Dollar Tree, for Christ's sake.
Miss Bell said the two of you are the best and respectful when compared to other channels. Thank you, Miss Bell. We appreciate that. I try and thank all of you guys.
We're not on here for that, believe it or not. You know what I mean? Like, we're not like all these other guys, like send a super chat, super tips, or whatever those things are. We don't. I almost feel dirty, like taking money.
The thing is like, if any of you, Miss Bell, said, "Hey, I want to start my own channel," I said, "Oh, I need help." If you ask me, I'd be the first one to help you. I'd be like, "Miss Bell, whatever you want to do, I'll help you," because that's the way I am. That's why some other channels, I was a little bit upset how I was treated, because I'm just we should all be working together and collaborate, and do the right thing together.
100%.
Because we're all brothers at the end of the day, we're all going to die. We're not here forever.
That's 100%,
Miss Bell said, that Natalia said, Miss Bell, love, yes. What's up? Marco said, Greg, tell the bologna sandwich story. What's that? I don't know what that is.
When I was going to court, we were in a bullpen below the court, and I'm in there with like 50 guys, because it's a court, and that's when what's her name? The person who arrested me was Judge Janine on from Fox News. She arrested me. She personally arrested me. She was the district attorney. She wasn't a judge. She was a district attorney in Washington at the time, and she had a task force. And she's the one who was in the courtroom against me and everything. And she hates me, but I got to talk with her one day, because I'm friends with Charlie Gasparino, and I know some of the guys on Fox News, and her and Charlie actually got in an argument over me. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. So I was down in the bullpen down below, and they give you the bologna sandwiches. That's your lunch, right? So I ate the bologna sandwiches, and I think I drank a milk. I'm not sure what I drank. But anyway, I had a shit bubble hit me, right? Now there's only a toilet in the middle of the room. You're not allowed, there's no like walls, or you go in a in a bathroom. There's no bathroom. It's a toilet in the middle of the room, so they can see you go taking a shit, pissing, whatever you're doing, because you're a criminal, man. You're treated like an animal, and a lot of criminals are animals, But so I'm down there, and all of a sudden that shit bubble hits me. And you know me, Joe, with the shit, right? It's a countdown: 10, 9, 8. And if by the time I get to 2, it's really too late. I have to already have my ass on top of a fucking toilet seat. So now I get that fucking shit bubble hit me, and I'm like, oh God. And I tell everybody, hey guys, I'm sorry, everybody, but I got to take a shit, and you better fucking turn your heads, because it's going to be nasty. I feel it. It's bubbling in me. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, motherfucker. So, they all turn their heads. Some are laughing. I got along with them, so they were all right. But so I get in there, and it's like Mount St. Helen just blew. I'm on the toilet, and it's just, I'm shitting my brains out. But then there's a problem. I'm in the middle of the room, and there's no toilet paper, right? So I'm like, dude, I need toilet paper really bad. Does anybody have anything on him? And, guys are fucked up down there. So there was a bologna sandwich in the corner, right? And one guy goes, there's a bologna sandwich here. Wipe your ass with that. I said, give me the bologna sandwich. So I take the bologna sandwich, and I wipe my ass with the bologna sandwich. I used the bread, right? I'm wiping my ass with the bread. I didn't use the bologna. So I wipe my ass with the bread. But it's, they think they're trying to be healthy. So we had to eat it was whole wheat bread, And I guess after I was done, I guess the whole wheat like irritated my asshole. You know what I mean? So I was starting to get itchy. And now they're all fucking freaking out because they're like, oh man, you're fucking crazy. You're wiping your ass with a fucking slice of bread, So then we're all chained together, with the feet and the fucking, and you're chained around the waist. There's a chain that goes here, and then your wrists are chained here, and chain goes to the next guy. And now I'm like, hold on, back up. And I go back up to the wall. And I'm rubbing my ass because, when your ass itches really, really fucking bad. I had the worst. I caught a rash from wiping myself, with that fucking bread because it's like, it's there's like grass and shit in that bread. Mm-hmm. And it's a whole wheat bread. So I got like a fucking itchy, asshole. So I'm trying to rub my fucking, I'm even in the fucking van, I'm fucking sliding, and all the guys are like, dude, stop that, what the fuck? And I said, my fucking asshole itches. Yeah, it drove me crazy, but it was because I wiped my ass with a bologna sandwich,
Right.
I couldn't wait to get to the cell so I can fucking pull my pants down and wash my asshole and fucking, clean myself the way I felt like I needed to be clean. It was bad. I was fucking, you ever see a dog when a dog sits down on a carpet and scooting along the fucking carpet? I was like that, bro. I was rubbing my ass on the floor. I was rubbing my ass on the wall. Remember, I'm chained to all these other guys, so I pull a whole chain like this. And I'm like, guys, just give me a minute, please. And I'm rubbing my ass on the wall, trying to find the corner of the wall, putting it between my ass cracks so I can go up and down like this and try to scratch it. It was fucking bad.
Wow.
Anyway.
So Miss Bell, she actually said if I didn't have it, I wouldn't give it. Others have helped me, so I'm in the. Thank you, Miss Bell. Miss Bell, if you find me on Instagram, I'm at Instagram at JerseyJZ74. DM me so I can just talk to you and just thank you personally. All right, so I could just thank you again because you didn't have to do that, but we appreciate everything.
If you guys want to see like my girlfriend and stuff, you can go to my Instagram, Greg_Valentino, and there's pictures of my girlfriend on there. There's like her birthday was in March, so I put up a little thing of.
Natalia says, "Do we have dogs?" No, I do not have a dog.
I do and I don't. My girlfriend's my dog. No, my daughter just was living with me, and she just moved out, and it's her dog, so it's like my dog too. But it's a Labradoodle. It's a big motherfucker. He's big.
You have two turtles.
Yeah, I got turtles, and I had all kinds of other shit. They died. Dave gave me a gecko. I named it after Dave. It could have been a female. I don't even know.
I had a hedgehog.
Oh, you had oh, that's right. Holy shit! Your girlfriend was trying to get my girlfriend a hedgehog, a baby hedgehog.
Yes.
I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with a hedgehog? What is a It's like a rat, isn't it in the rodent family or what?
It looks like a little porcupine. They crawl up in a ball and they have like spikes and stuff.
Nice. That's just
but they're very cute.
If I wipe my ass with the hedgehog, then I'll have a spiky asshole again.
Yeah. Winward Attack said he has to admit he wiped his ass with some shirt and leaves in an emergency situation.
A shirt?
Right, his ass and his leaves and shirt. Yeah.
Dude, I've done it. Oh, leaves. I've done that when I was young in high school. And I played on a high school football team. I had a shit once, and I ran in the woods. And I didn't want to use the leaves because it was poison ivy, and plus it was the fall. So I used the back of my shirt like this, or the back of my jersey, like that way. So if I some dude's like, what the fuck,
When we were driving, remember when we were driving to Pennsylvania, you're like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay. And you're like, no, just pull over right here. I'm like, on Route 80, you want to just pull over?
I have to go. Unless you want a mud pile in your car, buddy.
Yes. On my leather seats, I'd have a mud pile.
That's right. Because I can't control it. I can, if I have to go, I carry a fucking fleet animal with me. So I try to make it so I don't have to go.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
Columbo always makes jokes about that. Like whenever we go away, because I go away with Dave and all the whole crew.
Yes.
I would put the enema sometimes in my sock. Or
yes, you always
have a roll of toilet paper in my sock.
Even when I was with you, you opened up your bag and you got toilet paper. You're prepared, man.
Dude, I'm always wearing. Even if lately I've been good, it hasn't had to happen. But when I filmed the one show, not the Hulk Hogan or the Arnold, I did a bunch of shows with Vice TV, a lot of shows. Okay, some have not come out yet. So there's gonna be a lot more stuff mainstream TV that I've done. You'll see it's gonna come out, and I'll let you know when it's coming. Yep. When I did one, with the same people at Vice Studio. When we got to the studio, you have to get buzzed in sometimes, right? And I'm like, holy fuck, I'm gonna shit. I had to shit really bad. So there was garbage pails out there, and I was just about to fucking pull my pants down. They opened the door.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus, because it was coming, man. It was like a freight train. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you go, man. When you go.
You guys think that's all I do, but like my girlfriend will tell you, we've been together. Lucia, she might have fell asleep. We've been together, going on 18 years, and she never heard me fart. You've heard her tell you that, right?
Yes.
And then, but I say, oh, I'd rather fart than have to shit. Now, she's been in the car with me when I've shit my pants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd rather, that's not something I'm proud of. I'm not gassy, but I'm full of shit.
Yep. When we're in Texas, save this live, Joe. Sometimes it doesn't upload. Yeah, I think YouTube's been having some problems with. I'm even coming on this. They said there's a lot of traffic on the live, so sometimes I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was happening, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, it's been about an hour and 15 minutes, so I want to thank all you guys. First of all, Miss Bell. I mean, thank you so much.
Rick,
Windward Attack, Quick Pump, Natalia, Marcos. Everyone on there. Who else got? Big Nuts and everyone on there.
Rick Simon, I lift the money.
Rick Simon, we got to thank Nick Simon. All you guys. Quick Pump, thank you. Love you guys. Miss Bell, I'm going to reach out to you, or if you can reach out to me personally DM me on Instagram so we can just get together. I want to talk to you.
Go on our Instagrams. Again, if you guys want to see my girlfriend and some crazy shit that I've done, go on to Instagram, Greg_Valentino.
Yes, guys, thank you so much.
Please.
Love you guys. Greg, I love you.
I love you too, Joe.
And
Morella.
A little bit. So
Morella,
thank you guys so much. Thank you again. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
God bless you all.